Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft New Nintendo 3DS Edition Let's Play video. And this video today is very special. As you may have seen already, I already went over all the new Christmas decorations I added to my world, and in the beginning of this video already, I'm going to be showing you guys the featured comment for this video, as well as the honorable mention comments from the question asked in the last video, as you can see on screen here. So, the winner of the featured comment in this video is Shrek6s. For Christmas, he wants mending books in Minecraft New Nintendo 3DS Edition. And yeah, I think I can agree that that is a very good thing to ask for. And here are the other honorable mentions as well. So, first of all, as you may have already saw, there is a small Christmas tree inside of my room. So I kind of used red, orange, blue, and yellow concrete for the theming throughout all the lights in my world. That's pretty much the only way I could really do Christmas lights, because there really is no small item that's colored, at least as far as I'm concerned. So I figured concrete would work decently well, even though it's not completely up to scale. And here's all the little presents on the floor as well. And I also added some little garland pieces in here, and if we go outside, it's nighttime too, so it's perfect to show this. There's also more garland draping down from my roof, and more lights across the section dividing the first and second floor. And the lights go all the way around my house as well, and there's even some garland in front of my front door. So, and I actually think this does look pretty good. It definitely does look Christmassy to me. And if we come down here, there's a few other decorations, including this giant tree, as you also saw in the beginning of this video. So I kind of wanted to make this just because the tree in my room is really small, and I kind of wanted to make a larger grand tree. And here we go. Here is my larger grand tree. It's basically the same exact design as the tree in my house, just larger scale. And over here, I also added some garland decorations to my Japanese house. So there you go. That's pretty much all the Christmas decor I did in my world. And honestly, I think it does look pretty good for the blocks that I have at my disposal. So now let's go straight over to my mansion, or the GenSpace Manor, as I'm calling it now. And as you can see, before we even get over there, there's a lot of mobs for one, but also I did a lot of terrain work off camera. So the entirety of this area is flat, and that is because there will be a new build going here. Probably in the next 2 or 3 videos, I will be starting that build. And of course I'm going to keep it a secret until then, but a little hint is that it might be extremely tall. It may be the tallest build in my world yet. So that'll be very interesting once we start building that, because even I think it's going to be quite a challenge to make it, honestly. So it'll definitely be different than every other build I've made so far. And over here I also did some terrain work, not as much as over there, but I did cover the caves that were by this area, because this path sits right over a cave. The cave is still there, of course. I didn't fill it in. There's probably tons of mobs down there right now. But, of course, I want to keep the cave just in case I ever want to explore it in the future, just because I never did. And as you can see, not a whole lot of exterior updates, but if I go inside, you will start to see a lot more. So the living room and the kitchen finally have walls that extend all the way up to where I want them to be. Pretty much the entire first floor, at least all the completed rooms, have the ceiling or the walls completed. Like, as you can see back here, they're not done, and that's because I only have 31 pieces of spruce wood left. But I could theoretically start, but there's another build that I want to start and use those spruce planks for today. And as you can see, the kitchen also has some of the brick flooring in progress. Now, the bricks take forever, and I'm pretty sure I ran out of clay, so I'm going to have to go on an exploration trip off camera to try to get some more. So that's pretty much all the bricks and clay that I had. And if we go into the foyer, there is finally a roof on my foyer. It's about time there was. God, these last several episodes, there was never a roof on my foyer, so I'm very happy that there is finally a roof on this. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out as well, because I think it really does match the foyer well, and it does give it a nice grand appearance. And of course, these second floor walls and ceilings are going to be up to this level as well, so I already have that started for myself as well. And the new build today is actually going to be one that I've mentioned quite a bit in past episodes, and it's going to go right over here in the corner. If you do watch my videos consistently, you may already know what it is, but it is going to be a library, and it's going to be based off of a stronghold library, actually, in its design. So if we grab out some of my dirt, we're actually going to start by making the outline of the library itself so I know exactly how big it is. So let's go down over here to the corner and deal with the mobs first, because I really don't want any of these mobs coming over and just ruining this video by blowing things up or killing me or just anything like that. So we're just going to get rid of them all, and there we go. So let's go over here, grab my dirt, and we will go over to this corner first, as the walls of the actual library are going to hit the walls of the foyer. So if we stand right in line with this and we turn right around, here is where that is. And there's a creeper coming over, so I better kill that. Definitely do not want that ruining the ground for me. Ooh, it almost just blew up. So we're actually going to go a couple blocks over from this, just because I want to actually get a different wall design. Because I don't think I'm going to be using spruce. So let's just move it one block over, break these two. And yes, I am using a stone axe, and that's because I had to break tons of spruce trees off camera. So instead of just wasting my iron and diamonds on axes, I just made a ton of stone ones and just went away on destroying. The taiga at this point is almost thinned, so I'm going to have to start placing my own spruce trees. So that'll be interesting. So let's count how many blocks over here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it looks like it's going to be a 20 by 20 room. Okay, here's the 20th block, so place a block next to that. And then we're going to go all the way across. Got another zombie and another skeleton to deal with. And once I get this in, we'll kind of get a feel for how large this is going to be. So here is the library. This is the space that it's going to take up. It's a 20 by 20 area, and it really looks big. I don't think it's as big as the foyer, and it really shouldn't be, so that's fine. And of course, the flooring and the ceiling of Stronghold libraries are all stone bricks. So lucky for me, I actually created a lot off camera as well, because I have 4 furnaces set up in my room now just for that. And hopefully, I'm hoping that the amount I have right now is enough to actually start the walls. So go ahead and grab all the stuff that I have, including the 9 slabs, and we'll go ahead and start with those. And we'll go ahead and start making the walls. So I did say I was going to make it one in, but I think I'm actually going to make it one in further from the dirt. So technically speaking, it's really going to be like 19 by 19. But the only reason why I just did what I did was just so I can actually get a feel for the size. But making it 1 block less is really not that big of a deal. And that way I can actually put walls up here, and I can actually block off these mobs from coming to get me. Because there's 3 creepers over there. A zombie. Wait. Yeah, there is 3 creepers. And a spider and a zombie. Wow, I'm definitely staying away from there. So the walls of a Stronghold library are also stone brick, in addition to the flooring and the ceiling. But I really don't want to make this a carbon copy of a Stronghold library, just because it's kind of basic. So I will add my own designs, and it won't exactly copy the same general layout of a Stronghold library, but it will be kind of similar in a way, I guess you could say. It's almost like I'm taking the original design of a Stronghold library and just amplifying it and making it a lot better. So yeah, we'll go and see how this looks when it's all done, but I am going to actually extend the walls all the way down to the floor, because if you've noticed, most of the rooms are a few blocks off the ground, and that is mainly due to the fact that I want to place a basement here at some point that kind of has a railway system to other builds in my world. And I'm hoping that with the amount of clearance I'm giving myself here, I won't have to dig as much into the ground. Oh god, creepers are coming. As long as I sit over here in the corner, I should be okay. But we do have to go back to my house, because I do want to grab some bookshelves and all that stuff. But the flooring is actually not going to be stone brick. It's actually going to be a whole different material. So, whoops, I accidentally made another axe, and I have another shovel in here already. But that's fine, because I am going to need a lot. So continuing off where I said earlier, I hope I will not have to dig down too far down, because I am giving myself a 2 block clearance. So I'm thinking that that'll be about 6 blocks into the ground. But this corner right here will not be part of the basement because the Stronghold Library is going to take all of the extra space underneath the extra rooms. That way, I can make it as tall as I can because this will probably reach all the way up to the topmost floor of this mansion eventually. At least that's what I'm hoping, because that is going to be a very grand library, if so. And it will also house my enchantment table, because I really haven't had a room for an enchantment table yet, so I figured instead of just placing it randomly in my room, this is where it would go. And this is also the location of my future anvil area as well, so those two things kind of tie in with each other in a way, so I figured I would just add them both here. And I think I just lured a creeper in. Hopefully not. But let's start by digging out the floor and at least get some flooring in this video, because I'm definitely not going to be able to finish this today. And I'm thinking in the next video I will actually continue work on this, and then the video after that will be the brand new build, because I obviously have to get materials for that build as well. And I will tell you one thing about that new build. It's going to use a lot of glass and a lot of stone. So we'll have to see how that goes. So I'm going to have to go find a desert or something. I'm hoping that I can find a huge sand area somewhere, because it's going to require a ton of glass. Unfortunately, there is a lot of snow biome around here, and that's a good thing though. I do like snow biomes, but there's no deserts. At least as far as I know. I haven't explored 100% of this world yet, and I do plan to do a whole exploration mini portion of this series as well as we near the 200 mark, but I have not found any deserts, so not really the most ideal situation right now in terms of that, but I'm hoping that I can find a lake somewhere with tons of sand next to it. Because if you look down on the map, there is a lot of sand areas next to that river in the top right. I do see some sand little patches there, so hopefully I can just go up there and grab a ton, because that's very close by the mansion. So we'll go ahead and just dig around the first 2 little blocks in the floor, and I'll start by adding the floor. And I think actually, as I'm doing this, I thought of a new idea on how I'm going to do the flooring. So instead of just doing all the same flooring throughout, I think I'm actually going to do 2 blocks of one block, and then dig another 2 in all the way around, and then do another block, and then so on until I reach the middle. I think that would be a really cool design. But I think I'm going to start off with birch or oak. Let's see. Let's start off with oak, because if I'm starting with oak, chances are I might end with it. Just depends on how many 2 block sections there will be until I reach the middle of this area. So we're going to go all the way around with the oak planks, and I'm hoping I have enough. I'm pretty sure I will, but there's always a chance that I won't. In fact, because this whole flooring is not going to be the same block, I may actually have enough oak wood for this whole thing with what I have in my inventory right now, but I guess we'll find out once I'm done with the outer ring at least. And there we go, so I'm left with 4 planks and 32 logs, so that is still very good, actually. And then now I'm going to dig out the next ring, and this will probably be birch, because I think I'm going to do an oak, birch, and stone design. And then this next ring is going to be birch, because I think I'm going to go for a oak, birch, and stone design, because the bookshelves have oak on them already, so I think that would actually match pretty well once it's all done. And the ceiling, I'm thinking the ceiling will have this exact same pattern, and then maybe I can have some birch and oak accents in the stone wall on the sides, just to kind of mix things up a bit. And of course, as far as getting up to the next levels, I'm not going to use ladders like strongholds usually do. I'm probably going to use stairs, because I'm honestly thinking that stairs will work a lot better for this purpose. Not to mention, I do have a lot more space to work with than a stronghold library as well. So because of that, I'm going to take advantage of my space and utilize the best designs possible for this. And wow, that zombie is really about to ruin me right now. Ooh, that was a close one. I thought I was going to die there for a second, because I think I'm actually out of food. Well, I have a single apple, and I have 9 rotten flesh, so I do still have some. But I still have to keep my eye out, just in case of zombies or creepers don't end up walking in here. At least until I get these stone bricks up, because I need to go grab some more in my house. Luckily, I do have some cooking, so I'll be able to get at least up to this point for the rest of this, at least so mobs don't just start coming in here or spawning, because that is the last thing I want to deal with. And I do have quite a bit of birch on me, so we'll go ahead and start with that. And we're just going to do these 2 layers today, as this will probably take quite a bit to finish. All the walls and the flooring. And as far as the outside walls, I did see that they're spruce to match the actual house. And I'm thinking that on this side, I'm going to put a huge wall of bookshelves. So I'm not going to worry about bringing the flooring in by one or placing more stone bricks on top of this, because I'm thinking this whole wall, and maybe even this wall too, will just be a huge, massive wall of bookshelves and different things all the way up, and it'll cover the spruce. So that'll work out fine. And then on these two walls, it'll probably just not have the same design. But basically that design will be there just to hide the spruce wood without making this room any smaller than it already is. Because I really don't want to push everything back by one, because then I won't have enough room for the room in between the hallway and the library. There will be another room there, yes, but it's not really going to be a grand room because I don't have a lot of space there. So it'll mostly just be like a pass-through between the hallway and the library. Oh god, there's a skeleton coming after me now, and I have 1 heart. Okay, let's just like make a barrier. Wow, half a heart now? Okay. This is definitely going very well, as you can see. I bet you the skeleton's going to come over here and kill me. Okay, yep. That actually just happened. So I think it's actually probably a good time to end this video, even though it is raining after all. Unfortunately, it does not snow in this area, just because this isn't the snow biome. Honestly, though, it would have been great to make my house in the snow biome anyway, but that's besides the point. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.